Rev up your engines! I'm talking about plug-in hybrids, but not any old plug-in hybrid. The ultimate plug-in hybrid. Now, this isn't a car for everyone like a Toyota Prius. To begin with, you gotta fork out at least 150 grand. Now, he was wise at least. He got it with 4,000 miles for 100,000, so he saved some money off the bat. But these cars are technological marvels. They're more a testing than anything else. BMW sold 3,300 of them a year for 6 years, and they recently just stopped production. But the technology really is mind-blowing. Now, there's so much technology in these cars, they don't even want you to open the hood. It voided the warranty. And what's hidden in this very fascinating technology. A perfect 50-50 balance, because it has an electric motor that drives one set of wheels and a 3-cylinder turbocharged monster that drives the other wheels. Now, the turbo gasoline engine drives the rear wheels through an automatic transmission. It's the only 3-cylinder production engine that BMW ever made, and it puts out a phenomenal amount of horsepower for a 3-cylinder engine. The horsepower per liter is in the supercar capacity. The only thing, it's only 3 cylinders, it's not 12. And in the front are the electric motors that drive it. Now, the electric motor, he's gotten up to 45 miles of range on electric only because he bought the one with the bigger battery. The smaller battery one only goes about 23 miles. So really, if you're gonna go all out and buy one of these, get the bigger battery. And you might find this glass kind of interesting looking. You know why? Because it's just like the glass in your cell phone. It's treated that way to be strong, and it makes the structural integrity of the vehicle that much stronger. You might think, what's in the glass? You'd be surprised what it has to do with the structure of a car. Of course, the front windshield's the same way. It will be much harder to chip. But if you do get a gigantic rock, and we all chip our cell phones once in a while, you're looking over 2 grand to change the old windshield. But I guess if you paid this kind of money for a car, oh, that's chump change, $2,000. Oh, it's like lighting your cigars with $100 bills. Now, truthfully, these things look a lot faster than they are. They're fast cars. They'll go 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. Hey, take a Corvette that you can get for 60 grand. It'll do it in 2.4 seconds. This isn't a speed machine. This is a machine that's the ultimate plug-in hybrid. Truthfully, the man barely drives it. He bought it with 4,000. He's got 5,000. He hasn't had any problems with it yet. Well, I should hope not. That kind of money, 100 grand, you know? You don't expect to have any problems. But it's the technology in this car that really makes it fascinating. It was more or less a trial for BMW, like I say. They made it for 6 years, and they sold about 3,300 of them a year, and they're not making them anymore. These things are cool inside. They're impressive cars. Now, maybe not so impressive if you try sitting in the back. They don't have that much room in the back here. You're not buying this car to take the kids to a soccer game. You're buying it to have some fun with the ultimate hybrid car. It's not a family mover. Basically, the Ferrari of hybrid plug-ins. It's not what I would say is a typical BMW. Typical BMW, their resale values plummet like a stone. Since they made so few of these, and they're so cool looking, and most people are gonna take care of them and baby them and not drive them all that much, they probably hold their value, especially if you buy a used one. They're not gonna make them anymore. Look at all the gold wing door cars out there that were made and are no longer made. Most of them are pretty high dollar collector items. As an example of an investment, he paid 100, he's already been offered 120, but he doesn't want to sell it. This thing could really go up. They're not making them anymore. Like I say, they often really get to be high dollar as they age. People just like the style of it, and something like this is really got technology in it. Who knows? They may never make it again. You know anything about the Germans, and I'm 90% German, if they have given a free rein like the engineers on this, they'll do stuff they've never done. It's the only 3-cylinder engine they ever mass produced. And it's a screaming little 3-cylinder engine. Now, if you've ever drawn other 3-cylinder engines, you can say, oh, Scotty, what a pile of crap. It's gonna shake. It's got 3 cylinders. It'll vibrate. You know, it won't work right. But not this thing. The 3-cylinder engine has balancing shaft equipment in them to counteract it. We gotta close the doors before we started. BMW, as all Germans, are a little on the anal side, and they're worried that you're gonna drive down the road with the gull wings up and it's gonna try to fly like a seagull. All you really hear is the whirring of the fake noise of the electric motor so it won't hit people. There is nothing shaking in this car. Basically, this car is Star Wars meets plug-in hybrid. So let's take it for a spin. And here we go down the infamous Rhode Island bumpy road. You're gonna feel bumps on anything on this, but my rear end is not getting sore like it was in the Tesla that had the humongously heavy battery in it because it was a pure electric car. This is a hybrid car. The battery weighs a lot less. Has a lot less effect on the handling, the weight, and the ride of the car. Now it does have a nice sound too. This is not a hybrid to, oh, it gets great gas mileage, but it isn't very fast. And I have to say, the noise is really interesting. You don't find too many 3-cylinder car engines. Not dealt with a lot of 3-cylinder motorcycle engines. Now, it's a one-off. They never made any other ones. They never made them before. So it's kind of a toy for the BMW engineers. And it's not like you're taking a chance. He opted out for the max warranty, so he's got 7 years warranty on this thing, which is probably a smart idea. You never know with all that kind of technology. I gotta say, it seems rock solid as far as I can tell. Could you imagine driving a car like this with that kind of speed and handling that gets 85 miles a gallon? Mind you, it got it when he was driving like a turtle. You're not going to get 85 miles a gallon driving like we just did, but just going down the highway, you can easily get 60-something miles a gallon going the speed limit. There's nothing cooler than these gull-wing doors. When you make your entrance to the Academy Awards or wherever you're going, you want something unique that's a scream to drive, and you've got the money. Hey, and of course it's got oodles of more technology. It's got all that adaptive lighting when you corner, and since it's a plug-in hybrid, you get to a level 2 charger. 2.5 hours you can get a full charge on it. You can plug it in your house overnight too if you want. It's not a gigantic battery like in a Tesla that you really have to have superchargers to do any type of time in it, but then again, it doesn't have the weight or the expense of a super heavy battery. And really, when you look at this thing, it looks like some kind of futuristic machine is coming after you. I mean, it definitely has that look to it, especially with the doors open. So it's going to be flying at you. And really, if you look at it from the back, it looks like one of those fancy Beetles getting ready to take off with its shell wings getting out there. He came all the way from Texas to Rhode Island to show me this car. So if you've got 100 grand or more lying around and you want the ultimate plug-in hybrid and you want to be in a space-age gull-wing door car, if you've got that kind of money, I gotta say, they're a whole bunch of fun. Now, they're not a fix-it-yourself car. They're probably not even a fix-it Scotty car. I mean, I can work on the things, but hey, I can imagine what the parts cost on a one-off engine and electronic, but I mean, I gotta say, they're so cool looking. And for once, a BMW lives up to their moniker, the ultimate driving machine. This really is the ultimate plug-in hybrid if you've got the cash. And here's some bonus questions and answers. Here's an email from one of your viewers. Scotty, I don't know if this helped your buddy, but I got a response from Toyota. He wrote to Toyota, and the letter he got back says, "Thank you for your correspondence addressed to Mr. Toyota, which has been forwarded to the Executive Office of Toyota Motor Sales. We apologize for any concerns you may have pertaining to Scotty Kilmer's YouTube video, I Just Lost My Faith in Toyota. And thank you for giving us an opportunity to review your concern." Then he gives a phone number and all kinds of stuff. So my nefarious plan is working to help people out, right? So, all you viewers out there, you got problems with manufacturers, send the problems to me. And if you're around Rhode Island, or when I go back to Tennessee, you're around Tennessee, bring it to me and I'll make a video of it. I want to help people out and I want to keep following it up. So when he's done, I want to see if he's followed up and got his problem fixed. Hey, give people an honest chance. That's what I say. He wrote a letter to Mr. Toyota. The Toyota didn't answer, but it was forwarded to their guys. They said, okay, let's talk about the problem here. Like I say, the Japanese care about their image. They care about building the correct cars. But like any corporation, it's hard to get a hold of people that are going to help you. Because let's face it, the Japanese own the company, but in the United States, the dealerships are owned and run by Americans who are just out to make as much money as they possibly can. So a lot of times you got to bypass the dealerships with that. I mean, I was reading a thing the other day about Ford's losing production, but they're making profit because they're deliberately keeping the numbers of cars on the lot low so they can mark them up more and there'll be more people fighting to buy it. To me, that's a stupid idea. You're screwing over your own customers. But to them, oh, we're making more profit. Good idea. No, it's a stupid idea. And they should realize it's a stupid idea. You get problems like this? If you can, bring them to me. Then I can check them out. I can make a video to help you out, but I'll probably help out a lot of other people because then when they see how the ball gets rolling, more people will be helped. You got to start small and work your way up. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.